8 August 1942. The Quit India movement begins. Babu and Manju suddenly find themselves part of all this when their schools close down and their father is put behind bars. Their brother Mohan becomes involved in the movement and the rest of the family moves to the small town of Narayanpur. But now Mohan has turned up in Narayanpur with his friend Suman and the Quit India movement has gained momentum. Babu decides to watch a procession that Mohan is taking part in and takes Manju with him. Their mother does not know about their plan, so the children leave the key to their house with their neighbor, Ramabai. Read on to find out what happens. Hello, this is Kahani in Story Junction, and today we are going to read the story The Narayanpur Incident, which is written by Shashi Deshpande. Now, said Manju impatiently, tell me where we are going. To watch a procession. Walk fast, we may be late. What procession? Whose procession? Where? You sound just like Ramabai, said Babu. Did she give you a quick lesson? Oh, be quiet about Ramabai. Tell me, Babu, what procession? The college students are taking out a procession from their college to the collector's office. Mohan told me we could watch. He says it's going to be peaceful. There were already some people lining the roads. Manju and Babu found a good spot, almost opposite the gate of the collector's compound. They had to wait for some time. Soon they heard the magical words, "They are coming, they are coming." The children, like the others, rushed out. Policemen appeared all along the road. Some of them walked in front of the students, some by their sides, but the students marched as if the police didn't exist. They walked in complete silence. There were no slogans, no shouts, just the shuffle of feet and a low murmur from the watching crowd. Sound from the feet. Babu and Manju looked eagerly for Mohan. Yes, there he was, dressed in white pajamas and a cream colored kurta with another boy, both holding aloft a picture of the Mahatma. Their arms must have ached holding it up that way for so long, but their faces were expressionless. Now the leader of the procession had reached the barred gates. A police officer, he was the DSP, Mohan told them later, came up to them. There was some conversation between him and the students. The students seemed to be arguing. Then one of them handed him a piece of paper. He took it without glancing at it and nodded. The students turned their backs to him and one of them shouted, Mahatma Gandhi ki Jai. Jai, the other students shouted back loudly. And then they briskly marched back the way they had come. Is that all? Asked Manju in disappointment. What else did you want? A dance? A drama? Babu asked scornfully. But he understood her feeling and asked Mohan the same question when he returned home. Why did you go back so quietly? Were you scared of what the police would do? Mohan seemed immensely pleased with himself. Scared? We had planned it this way. We knew they would expect us to protest and be violent. Oh, yes, they wanted us to do that so they could beat us. Uphaul us away to jail, but we're not prepared to go to jail. What was the point then? Babu asked, while Manju listened earnestly. It's like a declaration of war. We told them, now this is war, and for us, you are the enemy. And what was the paper you gave the policeman? That was a notice we served on the collector as a representative of His Majesty's government, asking them to quit India or face the consequences. Suman and another boy turned up after they had finished their dinner that night. The boy staggered in with a large, newspaper covered parcel in his hands. Here, let me help you, said Mohan. My room okay, Amma? No, I think the puja room is better. A light there will look more normal. Right as usual, Amma. The puja room then. The boy went away with a whispered conversation with Suman. Then Suman, Amma, and Mohan went into the small puja room. Babu and Manju stared curiously over their shoulders at the mysterious parcel which turned out to be a cyclo-styling machine. Babu, said Mohan as they settled down to work. Sit out in the front room and keep a watch. Give us a warning if anyone seems to be coming to our house. Manju, go to bed, or else, he went on, noticing her crestfallen face. You sit here in the hall and pass on Babu's warning to us. Amma, Suman, and Mohan got to work at once. Manju peered at them from the hall. In a little while, she began to feel drowsy and had to struggle not to doze off. Babu sat outside, alert and attentive. He felt a thickening in his throat. It was the beginning, and at last he was doing something. Suddenly, he tensed. A man riding a bike stopped right outside their gate. Yes, he was getting off. He was opening the gate. Babu flung himself inside. Someone's coming in. There was silence. From inside the puja room, three faces looked at him. Then Amma got up and came out, followed by Mohan. Suman stayed inside and Mohan closed the door of the room. Manju to bed, Babu, you too. There was a knock on the door. Babu rushed to his room, unrolled his bedroll, and threw himself on it. Who's there? Amma called. Mohan, go and see who it is. Manju, who had got into her bed too, noticed that though Amma's voice was steady, her hands trembled. Mohan came in saying, Amma, it's Patil, the sub inspector. I haven't come to trouble you, a strange voice said. Your husband was my friend in school. I'm a friend. Amma got up quickly and went out. Manju waited a moment and followed her. There was Babu coming out of his room, making a show of how woken out of a deep sleep. The man was saying to Amma, Yes, we were in school together. Oh, he was. Please, Patil Sahib, said Amma rather impatiently. Tell me why you are here. It's like this. There's going to be a search of your house. When? Most probably tonight. I heard the Sahibs talking. They were speaking of a psycho styling machine. It seems you people are making copies of the Mahatma's speech. They say you have people hiding here as well. Ha, Mohan scoffed. But you have the psycho styling machine? No, said Mohan angrily. You're wasting your time spying on us. Tell me. The man ignored Mohan and spoke to Amma. Yes, Amma replied simply, and Mohan made an angry hissing sound. Where is it? Inside. Give it to me, I'll get it out of the way. Mohan burst out again. Amma, what are you doing? How can you trust a policeman? The man touched Mohan on the shoulder. Mohan, you are still very young. I am a policeman, yes, but your father was and still is my friend. And this is my country as much as it is yours. Now give it to me quickly. Amma opened the door of the puja room and said, Suman. Suman emerged, looking anxiously at them. Amma smiled at her and said, You have to get away. Take away all the material. Mohan, will you? Mohan ducked into the puja room and lugged out the machine and gave it to Patil. Do you have a largish bag? The man asked. Manju, Amma began, but Babu had already got it. And then they were gone. Patil, Mohan, and Suman. The house seemed unbelievably quiet after that earlier activity. Let's go to bed, Amma suggested. Mohan came back shortly. Suman, Manju asked him anxiously. She's all right. Go to bed, Manju, Amma said. Bed? With the police about to come? It was impossible. But nevertheless, she did drop off and came out of her sleep to hear a loud knock at the door. It was repeated. Who is it? Amma called. Open the door, a strange voice ordered. Mohan, see who it is, said Amma. It was like going through something all over again. But this time, they knew for sure that it wasn't a friend standing outside. No need for Mohan to announce, Amma, it's the police. This was an excerpt from the Narayanpur Incident by Shashi Deshpande.